Hi, welcome to Resco. This is your host Ishan, along with Snehashi, Bharat, and Debashish, who's in Adelaide at the moment. Let's go straight to Debashish. Debashida, what's the feeling like? Day three, important day for Team India at the moment. Boryada has also joined us. But tell us about the mood about day three. Obviously, very important day for Team India. Let me just mute Boryada for a second. Yeah, coming back to you, Devashida, how's it feeling now? Big day, day three. A lot of nerves possibly in this Indian dugout. They'll have to bat well going to day three today. But first of all, tell us about the mood once again. How's it outside the stadium? A lot of fans coming in. This is possibly the most important day. Leading up to possibly day four and day five. So build this. Build it up for us, and then I can go to the rest of the panelists as well.
Good morning, everyone. Ishan, not much fans today, as expected, because until and unless Rishabh Pant and Nitish Reddy plays out of their skin, plays an incredible knock, then only India can bounce back in this match. But elsewhere, else it looks like the match. It's a matter of two good balls, and then the match might be over before the tea session. So, but cricket is a game of uncertainty, so you never know. Is Rishabh Pant brilliant or a Nitish Reddy great knock? And extend the match from for a couple of sessions. But then Australia definitely are on top in this test match. As far as crowd is concerned, not much turnout as we have seen in the first 2 days. The gates in front of the queue in front of the south gate, there were not much fans, not many spectators queuing up. So it's today being a Sunday, so with the match now poised, I don't see much fans coming up, Ishan.
Ishan,
Interesting.
the
Yeah.
point is, everybody now knows that the result is a formality. Everyone knows that the game will get over in the first 2 hours, unless there is a miracle. Maybe not 2 hours, maybe 3 hours. If India does put a partnership, otherwise it can even get over in the first hour itself. Because after this wicket falls, there's Ashwin, and thereafter the three bowlers. So the fact of the matter is the writing is on the wall 1-1. Why should a fan come and waste his Sunday? Because it's all given now. It could still be an innings defeat, by the way, if Rishabh Pant gets out in the first 20 minutes. And if he does play a miraculous innings and some pyrotechnics and some incredible shots like he's capable of, then the match might go into the second or the third hour. The fact of the matter is, unless there is a miracle, and miracles don't happen, we know the result. But if we should also put on the table what our women are doing in Australia.
Yeah.
First game, 100 all out. Second game, Australia on course to 375. Let me ask that of Bharat Ramraj and Snehashish first. Bharat, while we keep talking about the men's game, the women's game badly needs a course correction. Harmanpreet Kaur consistently inconsistent. Smriti Mandhana the same. Amol Mazumdar's contribution as coach needs to be put under the scanner. 1 year less for the left for the World Cup. Where is the accountability, Bharat Ramraj? For far too long, Indian women have been completely rubbish. And after 7-8 matches, we win one, and chest thumping starts with Harmanpreet Kaur and Smriti Mandhana scoring in a match against New Zealand at home. And all the World Cup results and other results are swept under the scanner, and all is well in Amir Khan's style. Bharat Ramraj.
Yeah, that's absolutely true. So, see, even in the World Cup, we saw that India played well in patches, but again they faltered to deceive. Right when you expected them to raise their game, they very much flattered to deceive in that particular game against Australia. So it has been happening for too long in the ICC tournaments, and now we are seeing in Australia that the first game they were bowled out for 100. Now they are over 300 runs already after 43 overs. They're 312 for two or 312 for two or whatever. So India very much going through what can you say? They're going through run where nothing seems to be going right. So some accountability. That has to be some accountability. Someone like Spiti Mandana hasn't done that well in ICC tournaments when he did in especially T20 World Cup. We saw that when the pressure was on, she couldn't really contribute. Harmanpreet Kaur, once in a while, she stands up against Australia, and then for 5, 6, 7 games, she doesn't do much. So it's been going for too long. be it bilateral series away from home or for the matter World Cups. If you look at some other teams, it's just not just Australia. Even someone like South Africa seems to be improving quite a bit now. Obviously, New Zealand won the T20 World Cup. Obviously, England are still there. So there are other teams who are kind of moving ahead of the Indian team. Indian team looked like a somewhere 7 years ago. It looked like a breakthrough year when India reached the final of the 2017 50 over World Cup, and it again seemed like a breakthrough year when they reached the final of the T20 World Cup a few years later. But India have not taken the next step. Instead, they seem to be going on a downward spiral. So yeah, accountability. Some accountability has to be there as far as the senior players are concerned, and also with regard to their coaching staff.
What is this guy saying? Ishan, can we have volume?
Yeah, yeah.
लीड में और ऑस्ट्रेलिया को 250 से पहले मैं कल तक आज रात को भी 4-5 विकेट लेंगे और कल ऑस्ट्रेलिया को बैंड बजाएंगे। पूरी उम्मीद है टीम इंडिया ये टेस्ट जीतेगी। ये शंख नहीं, ये है जंग ऐलान, टीम इंडिया सबसे महान।
Okay, so he's saying India yet
250 के टारगेट,
leave it.
250 के टारगेट
It's okay, Ishan. He's a fan.
जो कल
Let
उन्होंने
him be
जो
a
उम्दा
fan.
किस्म
He
के
can play
बल्लेबाजी
a
की,
shot.
आज हमसे
Because just mute it. He's a fan. Let him be a fan. He understands nothing, so that's okay. I mean, his job is to play the shunk and beat it up because he doesn't get anything. The truth of the matter is the game is done, so that's fine. I mean, we love these colorful visuals. Ishan, I think you have the team arrival visuals also.
Yeah.
Keep playing the visuals because our viewers would want to see it. Our viewers would want to see it. But Snehashish, as Ishan plays the arrival visuals and all of that, and we set up for the men's game. This is, by the way, the team arriving this morning. More important for me is India should request the South Australian Cricket Association that tomorrow and day after, 2 days, day 4, day 5, we want to play cricket on that center wicket. We want to use the red ball and go and practice in that center wicket. Brisbane travel date is 11th. Go and play red ball cricket, batting practice day 4, day 5. Get yourself ready for Brisbane. That is far more important. And if you are getting access to a test match pitch, your practice will become that much better. I want to see Rohit Sharma in that nets for 2 hours, 3 hours, getting used to, and get all your reserve travel bowlers, Navdeep Saini, Mukesh Kumar, come at Rohit Sharma with the incoming delivery. That for me is as important as to what unfolds today. That's how you will get ready for Brisbane, where I think the game will be equal again because of the red ball. Devashish Sen, do you reckon this is what is going to happen? Good weather, day 4, day 5, no travel, put yourselves into the nets, get the batters out there, get Harshit Rana out there again, get a cup, no Bumrah, not needed, no Siraj, not needed, but get some of the other bowlers out there, get your batters out there, and get yourself ready for Brisbane. Devashish said.
Absolutely, Boryada. And no point means relaxing in the hotel rooms and going here and there. The entire out of that 24 hours, you can easily spend a couple of hours or if not 3 hours for in the nets, and that will be an ideal preparation going to Brisbane for the third test, because this test match is almost as much as over. So all the Indian team needs to look at is to prepare well for the third test. Once again, it will be a red cherry. So yes, India has already won the first test match by comprehensively in Perth. So and given that the test match is all likelihood will get over in 3 days, so 2 days is plenty of time. And as you have rightly said, Boryada, to prepare on that center wicket, which they have not before this test match. You remember, Boryada? I have sent you the visuals of Australian bowlers practicing someone like a Pat Cummins, a Josh Hazlewood, or a Scott Boland practicing on that center strip, the square. So this is all about the line and length, where the Indians terribly unearthed in their line and length. As Rohit yesterday also was saying, that 30 overs, only 8% or 9% was to the stumps. So this means obviously you just can't get away with if you are not bowling straight and maintaining the line and length, which is paramount here to get success. So ideally for India, I am not yet, as you rightly said, let Jasprit Bumrah and Mohammad Siraj should take rest, take a break. as is normally the case with optional practice. But what about the other pace bowlers, the reserve pace bowlers, someone like an Akashdeep? They should come and we want to see the batters as well turning up and preparing against the bowlers. Means that would be an ideal preparation going to Brisbane for the third test match. Poreda.
All of the batters. I mean, they have hardly spent time in the middle. They need time in the middle. Somebody like a Rohit Sharma, completely out of form, out of sorts. This is his opportunity to train. Ogni, there is a question from Showman Maji. Can you guys compare on the basis of average bowling speeds? Makes no sense because Glenn McGrath 130 kilometers an hour, 563 test wickets. It is not about speeds. It is about the line. It is about the trajectory. It is about the length. Even the Ogni, for me, the game was lost on day one when under lights, India allowed Australia 85 for 1. Even the great Jasprit Bumrah, one of the greatest, did not bowl or manage to bowl the right channel. Mohammad Siraj as well. Nathan McSweeney got off. Manas Labuschagne, two players completely out of form, got away. And that is because we are not used to the pink ball. The pink ball, according to me, is a bogus experiment which has outlived its usefulness. You don't need a pink ball. Somebody is telling me crowds. Melbourne is a sellout. West Test in Perth was maximum crowds without the pink ball. From the next series onwards, BCCI should not play a pink ball test. It's unfair advantage to Australia. Ogni, your thoughts?
You're absolutely right, Boria. It's completely unfair advantage. And if you look at the number of pink ball tests played by the frontline teams, Australia has played 13. I was just looking at some of the stats. India has played 3. England has played 3. So when Saurav Ganguly was at the chair of BCCI, sorry, Mama. Bola?
India has played 4. India has played 4 test matches before
India has
this
played
test.
4. Correct. So, as long as Saurav Ganguly was at the chair of BCCI, he kept on advocating for the pink ball test. Obviously, he wanted to popularize the game. But now with the WTC cycle and actually a lot to play for, with actually a WTC final in England, now, what is the need of the pink ball test? This is a question that we all need to ask the ICC. And most importantly, if you look at the unfair advantage, Australia has gained massively from this test. A Scott Boland exactly knows where to bowl with the pink ball. A Mitchell Starc knows where to bowl. Why is this is an unending love story, Mitchell Starc with the pink ball? And immediately you see day 2, first session, Bumrah bowling more at the stumps, Siraj bowling more at the stumps. Harshit was a bit wayward. That's okay. This is his first test. He got a good debut in Perth. Clearly, he did not have a plan B against Travis Head when he was going all hammer and tongs. That's fine. That can happen to any bowler. But yes, the pink ball is a massive advantage for Australia. They exactly know how to play under lights. They exactly know where to bowl during the twilight phase. So yes, advantage Australia. And Boria, they were absolutely right. Manas Labuschagne and Nathan McSweeney, those two out-of-form players, they somehow came back into form when they weathered Bumrah and Siraj. And even the great Jasprit Bumrah, you do not play enough with the pink ball. It's about a question not of caliber, but of experience. How can a Scott Boland just come in the side and exactly knows where to bowl? And he keeps bowling in that channel, keeps bowling in that channel, because he knows eventually the ball will move off the seam. Yashasvi Jaiswal, the way he got out, first innings, first ball, 99% chance it would have gone down the leg side. But the ball just, came back in late to have him trapped. So 100%.
Ishan, the question Ogni is answering. Ishan, the question is, we are criticizing Harshit Rana. Harshit Rana has never in his life held a pink ball. And by the way, after today, he will not hold a pink ball for the next 3 years. And that is the truth. Or maybe 4, whenever India travels to Australia again. None of these players will hold a pink ball also, because this is not expected of them. So while it is very easy to criticize the players, oh, you don't know how to play, the batting is nonsense, the bowlers don't know how to bowl. The truth of the matter is, are we being fair to them? Let's be fair to them. The ball that Gill got, or even the ball that Rishabh Pant got in the first innings, 0.56 reaction time. Nobody in this cricketing world can play that ball. It is not possible. So while we are criticizing our players, fair enough, do that. But let's cut them some slack. Harshit Rana has no understanding of bowling with the pink ball. Now you might say, why did he not practice? When will he practice? New Zealand series ends on 5th. India travels down under on 7, 8, 9, whatever it is. And the first test is red ball. Now will a dumb Harshit Rana go and play with a pink ball ahead of the first test? No. It's only logical that he will practice with a red ball. So you are giving yourself 7 days in a year to play with a pink ball and expecting you will do as well as Australia. How is it even logical, Ishan Shane?
It's not, Borada. It's absolutely not. And like Agnita mentioned, it's a unfair advantage because at one end we've got the Australian bowlers who've been practicing with the pink ball, over several occasions, and at the other end, when you expect a lot out of Harshad Rana because he performed so well in the first test and he doesn't live up to the expectations possibly in the second test, we all start pointing fingers at him, saying, "How's he not performing? We backed him. He did well in that first test. He should be more confident by now." But it's understandable. If you haven't bowled with the pink ball, if you have no experience of holding a pink ball, bowling in a match situation, it's not going to be easy. So, coming back to the points that were made is definitely unfair. It's definitely unfair to also point fingers on a young Harshit Rana because you haven't been practicing with the pink ball since the very beginning. If you've been practicing with the pink ball from the very start, this would have been a different story. Then maybe we could have possibly held him accountable and, made a mention saying that, okay, listen, there has been practice session. You have been practicing with this since the very start. This is a normal procedure. There's no reason not to perform. But with Harshad Rana, of course, he hasn't been holding the pink ball. He has no idea of how this pink ball actually operates. And all of a sudden, everyone's pointing fingers, which should not be happening. Borada, I think, it should not continue, in my opinion, as well. I think the pink ball gives an unfair advantage to a team like Australia. And when you're building up to a BGT series, you want it to be an equal playing field at all levels. If a team has even the slightest of advantages, it's just not fair in a series like this. So definitely, I completely agree with everyone's points here, and I think it should be taken off maybe in the future.
Snehashish, quick comment from you on the women's game before I go to Bharat on Travis Head. Bharat, that's where I felt let down by the Indians. Travis Head, you now know, has a problem against the short ball. People have tried it. You know that you can get that incoming ball and catch him there. Unfortunately, he will keep cutting, and even miss a few there, but you won't be able to stop Travis Head. The weaknesses are there for anyone to see, but there was no bouncer ploy. At no point in time did you try that. Nothing was really tried by the Indians against Travis Head, which other teams have successfully tried. That is where I thought Morne Morkel should be the man in the hot seat. Morne Morkel comes to the press conference and says he was disappointed with the bowlers. What was he saying, dude? Sleeping. Morne Morkel and Gautam Gambhir should have sent instructions under lights day 1 or even day 2 when Travis Head was going that this is a ploy that needs to be tried. It is the bowling coach's job. Morne Morkel coming to the press conference and saying, "Oh, we will learn," makes zero sense to me. But before you answer that, Bharat Ramraj, Snehashish, Australia on course to a record score almost. What is going on with Indian women's cricket?
I just don't know because everything is looking so damaged. I will use the word because the captaincy is not looking that proactive. The fielders are not doing great. The bowlers, the way the bowling has been happening today, is like a machine is there and Australian batters practicing like that. Nothing is no such plan B, plan C, nothing. And as you said that in the first ODI the batters failed, the bowlers were a decent, I will say, because at least they managed to take 5 wickets of Australia. So I was a bit happy that okay, our bowlers at least did something with that 100 score on the board also. But today the way they bowled, it's absolutely disappointing. And just second match, Georgia Hall is playing for Australia. Alyssa Hill replacement, and the way she scored that 100, it's absolutely beautiful. I don't know how Australia keep producing such talents, year by year. But for India, I think it's very alarming situation, especially the World Cup is less than 1 year remaining for the World Cup, ODI World Cup. The batting is not looking good, the bowling is not looking good, fielding has always been a point of discussion. So I think overall it's a very alarming situation for women's cricket in India.
Bharat, your answer before I ask Ogni and let him go because he has a Bangla live to do. Bharat, Travis Head, the perennial problem, but it's India's issue because India did not do the right things against Head.
Yeah, I will try to delve deeper into it. For example, if you look at his last 4 test rubbers, they are against England, New Zealand, Pakistan and West Indies. His averages have been something like 35, 30, 35, 17, 39 and 19. It's not like he has succeeded against other teams, so it's become more and more like an India problem currently, India shaped problem, as they say, because I feel India also press the panic button. Indian pace bowlers press the panic button too easily. They have this kind of muscle memory where Travis Head has done well in the World Test Championship final, that he did well in the World Cup final, that he's doing well here as well. So it feels like the Indian paces as well press the panic button too easily, and they don't execute the plans that you need to do against someone like Travis said. Obviously, there are three plans. First plan is to go around the wicket, bowl a foolish length, angle it in so that it plays for the inward angle and hope that delivery or two straightens or nips away to rattle the off stump. That's plan one. Yeah, the plan two is obviously again around the wicket, bowl short at his body, and hope that there is a forward short leg or a fielder around who will take the catch. Obviously, there is another plan that is obviously when he's doing very really well, you try this particular plan where you try to play to his strengths, a ball bit wide of off with the fielders a deep cover, maybe a deep backward point somewhere behind square and offside, and hope that he will get caught. But again, you have to execute those plans. Somewhere it feels like India pressed the panic button way too easily, and that is where yes, the coaching staff also comes into the equation, that they have to send a message across during a short break or something on those lines, that just remind them about the plans, focus on it. Someone like Harshit Rana was trying too many lengths, full, too full, sometimes too short. And if you give with Travis Head is outstanding because he's someone who has very fast hands, very quick wrists, very quick wrists, and that is why it goes towards the ball very quickly. So if you give even a little bit of width, he smashes it for a boundary. Some good batters might be 8 out of 10 when it comes to utilizing or maximizing his strengths. Travis Head is something like 11 out of 10. That's how it feels when it comes to maximizing his strengths. Don't give any width to
Okay.
this particular guy.
Okay, there are a couple of super chats. You take one and then leave. India looks like a deer caught headlights in front of Travis Head. Been three big matches. Exactly what Bharat said, Ogni. But because of this, that because he's performed against India, there's a kind of a mental block. And India, unfortunately, is pressing the panic button because his average against some of the other sides, very average. So it's not as if he's head and shoulders above there. Here he is. So clearly, India needs to plan better, and the management needs to do much better. Ogni.
First of all, you tell me, Boriada, what is the logic of taking Bumrah off the moment Head arrives at the crease? First, you tell me what is the logic of taking Bumrah off immediately in the next over. The first over, the first two balls, Bumrah bowled at Head. Head was all at sea. He was not finding the middle of the bat. Two of the balls barely missed his outside edges. And immediately the next over, he's taken off. You bring in a Harshit Rana. From the other end, Mohammad Siraj is operating. And by the way, Siraj bowled a sensational spell yesterday. He was extremely unlucky not to get a wicket. And that is why he was so pumped up after finally taking out Travis Head, because he's deserved that wicket all throughout the day. He was let down by some of the Indian fielders, some of the astonishing bowling changes made by the captain. But if you're taking your strike bowler off against a batsman who has been your quote-unquote permanent headache, especially... So now if you consider Travis Head in 3 matches, those 3 are match-winning hundreds, Boriada. I have no doubt in my mind if the match will get over today and Travis Head will be again the man of the match. World Cup 2023 man of the match, WTC final man of the match, this match also man of the match. 3 match-winning hundreds, match-defining hundreds. And you're absolutely right, Boria, the message should have been sent from the dressing room. Mone Mokil, Gautam Gambhir, they have a task in their hand. But make no mistake, this Indian bowling outfit will be completely different in Brisbane. I will play Harshit in Brisbane. Same. I will make him have a go at Travis Head. He will get that extra bounce. He's tall. And I'll work with Harshit, make him play against Travis Head at Brisbane, and I'll work out a plan against Travis Head in Brisbane. And this will be a completely different bowling outfit when you go to the Gabba.
I agree. I'll let you go there, but Devashish Sen, the point is also Mohammad Siraj dropped Travis Head of Ravi Ashwin. Rishabh Pant did not go for a catch where the keeper should have gone. First slip was not there. Rohit Sharma was wide. Travis Head at that point in time hadn't even scored 100. So clearly, you would have been able to finish Australia under maybe 270, 280, 300. Not let them even cross a 100-run lead. So India, when you are fighting a relatively low scoring match, you have to take those chances. Ravi Ashwin clearly beat him in flight, in the mind, had beaten him in every way. The previous ball went for a 6, was on middle stump. He pushed it wide towards off stump. Travis Head went for the shot and it was a skyer. Siraj should have caught that. India missed opportunities also, and Ravi Ashwin bowled beautifully, Devashish. Maybe he will not get credit, Devashish said.
Yeah, Korea, that means obviously, yeah, and that catch from Sriraj, yes, it was not easy, but he should have in international cricket. You ought to take those catches, because if you miss, Travis said he won't give you a second opportunity, and that is what has happened. 140, that itself was the difference between both these sides. Then India could have given Australia a lead of under 100, which would have been done their confidence a world of good going into bat in the second innings. But that was not a case. They were psychologically, that score of 157 runs lead was going in their minds of the batters, especially the openers Yashasvi Jaiswal and KL Rahul. But Buryada, you might also agree with me. I don't think in modern days there is definitely messages that have been sent to the bowlers. Yes, when the bowlers come back to the boundary ropes, invariably you see a reserve bowler or a support staff carrying in a towel or a bottle of water, and they are still discussing. So I don't buy this idea that there were no instructions being sent, because these are modern day. Everyone and Gautam Gambhir, Morni Morkel, they are not dumb to just go out there and watch the proceeding. There was some every after each and every over, when the bowler, I'm talking of the fast bowler especially, when they come and fill in the boundary ropes, there are messages being sent. There are the reserve bowlers, or it's someone like the Abhimanyu Ishwaran or a Akashdeep or a Mukesh Kumar. They were taking the towels or a bottle of water. There is something that has been shared. So yes, but despite that, the Indians have definitely, they did not maintain the line and length which they should have, and now they are facing embarrassing loss. But the sooner they regroup and rectify their mistakes, the better it is for India, because it's still a lot to play for in this series. Yes, India lost this case, but yeah.
We are still in round 5 of a heavyweight boxing fight, Ishan Shahane. Round
Exactly.
15 is way too far away. 3 test matches, 1 test match gone means our fans will say Indian cricket has gone to the dogs. Usual Indian cricket fickle fandom. Somebody will now say 4-1. Somebody will now say the game is done. I mean, after Perth, nobody said anything. Now 1 test match. I mean, this is all bullshit. Nobody cares about that. But the fact is, Devashish makes a very important point, that if there were messages and the bowlers were unable to execute the plans, clearly, once again, the focus is back on the pink ball, that you are not able to execute plans. With a red ball, you will have it far easier because you have the confidence. And Harshit Rana, there's a comment here, I don't know who said it, that poor chap, KKR, etc., etc., Gautam Gambhir's choice. Did you say the same after Perth? He was your go-to weapon in Perth after Jasprit Bumrah. So why all of a sudden becomes a poor chap in KKR? This is Indian cricket fandom at its absolute best. Ishan Shahane.
No, this has been the mentality since the very beginning, Borada. I think we celebrate our heroes when they do well, and the minute they fall, everyone's ready to attack them. And that's not the right approach we can take, especially when we're playing such a long series like the BGP. Like you mentioned, this is a boxing match. It's a marathon at the moment. It's not a sprint. There are still 3 more tests to go after this. And if you start pointing fingers right after the second test, it's not going to work out for the team. Neither is it going to work out for the fans, because it's, if you're playing a big test series, you have to look to focus on the positives, and you have to look to back your players as much as possible. This is a side that is inexperienced in a way. You have your experienced players, but especially those who haven't played in Australia before, learn to back them. Harshit Rana has never played in Australia before. He's bowling with the pink ball for the first time. This is your opportunity to go and actually back them. If you're going to point fingers on Harshit Rana, where is he going to find the confidence to come out and bowl the next time as well? Obviously, he will do it because he's a professional player, but this is not the right approach that has to be taken. I think there has to be some sort of, a sensibility as well as a fan, or as a, someone who loves the game, when you talk about your players, because you have to look and take an approach where it's not completely biased towards one direction. You can't only celebrate them when they're doing well. You have to learn to support them when they aren't when they aren't performing at their highest potential as well. And someone like Harshit Rana might be thinking to himself as well, what wrong have I really done? I did well in the first test. I was back to go on and do well in the second test. Maybe it hasn't worked out according to my plans, but it's not the end of the world. You still have a 3rd test to go. You still have a 4th test to go. And you obviously have the 5th test to go as well.
Can I just add a point on that?
Bharat, I was about to come to you that Indian batting exposed Gurvinder Singh says 1 test match before you got a 550 odd against Australia. 550. You ground, the Indians were grinding. Nitish Reddy got a 50, Virat 100, Jaiswal 100, Rahul at 80. What are we talking about here? I mean, this whole madness about fickle Indian fandom gets to me at times. And I think, do people have that kind of memory that within 24 hours everything is forgotten? Everything is whatever. And by the way, Australia has just touched 350, 48.4 overs, 350 the Australian women's team. Bharat Ramraj, your point.
Yes, we are kind of impatient, especially with fast bowlers, young fast bowlers. I see fans are usually impatient. You look at even the grades of the game. Catley Ambrose took 0 for 107 or whatever in his first test. Someone like Glenn McGrath was really struggling. I remember the Gabba test, watching Gabba test on Prime Sports. Australia versus England, 1994-95. Glenn McGrath was getting smashed by Graham Thorpe and Graham Hick. He was absolutely smashed around in that particular test. It's second or third test, and Jeffrey Boycott called him a medium pacer. I remember that particular word he used. So even grades for the game have struggled early on. Harshit Rana is playing away from home. At home he plays on tracks that tends to stay low, grassy decks that tends to stay low in the Ranji Trophy. Then he plays in the IPL where you have to look at variations. Test cricket is about the art of repetition. He perhaps doesn't still understand that because it's only his second test match where he bowled all kinds of different lengths, too full, too short. So one has to be patient with the youngsters like Harshit Rana, even Akash Deep. Now the way people are talking about Akash Deep, it seems like he already has 200 test wickets at 25, and if he fails in the next test, they will make Akash Deep look like the worst bowler on this planet. That's the problem with us. These are young bowlers. Akash Deep has played 5 tests. Prasidh Krishna has played 2 tests. This is Harshit Rana's second test. We have to be a little more patient. They would struggle. You always remember even Mohammad Shami was averaging 35 in test cricket somewhere in 2015. Ishant Sharma struggled for a long period of time. So it takes a little bit of time for pacers to mature and understand the art of repetition in test cricket. So one has to be a little bit patient.
Beautiful point. Beautiful point. Extremely well articulated by Bharat Ramraj. Extremely well. This is what it is about. It is test match cricket. It is not your para cricket or club cricket going on there. By the way, somebody who says we are doing this show for likes and subscribers, nothing to do with cricket. Sanjay Jha, are you a subscriber? If you are, please unsubscribe and get out. Because that is evidence to you that we are not doing this for likes and subscribers. We are a serious platform discussing serious stuff. We don't want jerks here. Okay, so don't come and disturb us in any way. There are a couple of super chats. Devashish said you take one. Where is it gone? Satyam Subha Prakash. Rohit Sharma has been an abysmal captain. Hardly saw him speaking to the bowler, playing for the sake of it. No energy, like Virat should be last series. Devashish said take that.
Rohit Sharma has not spoken to his bowler. Was he, Satyamji, are you watching the match live? Multiple times he has gone and spoken to the bowlers. And why would the captain not talk to his bowlers? This is crazy. Means what is he asking even? Means I can understand. Yes, he has not been as far as his pure decision making. There are questions, but him not talking to his bowlers. Did he ever watch the match? He has talked to his bowlers on multiple occasions in this match.
Where I think Satyam is coming from, Devashish, is about energy. Satyam, where I think where you are coming from is Rohit's lack of runs is influencing your decision about Rohit as captain, and it is only fair because he is missing a few cues. We've been asking this question multiple times, that will Brisbane be the final opportunity for Rohit Sharma, and then will he stand in front of the mirror if he does fail? But to say that he has been an abysmal captain, are you talking red ball? Because if you are talking red ball, I will take you back to multiple series. If you're talking white ball, you won the World Cup under Rohit Sharma just about 6 months earlier. So to say abysmal captain, and by the way, you have not qualified red or white ball. So if you say abysmal captain, I'm saying overall, you just won a World Cup under this man 6 months back. He's had 5 IPL titles. So to say abysmal captain really doesn't hold ground. And also, you made the WTC final under this guy. So last time round. So to say, make these kind of comments. Yes, he's not in good form. No mistake. He's batting very poorly. Is that influencing his captaincy? May well do so. But the fact is, none of your other batters have played well against New Zealand. Worst pitches. He's just come to Australia. He isn't looking the part, and that's why we started saying he should go and get back to the nets in the next couple of days when he gets time to train. So I hope we've answered your question fair and square. I think, Ishan, there was another super chat. Devashish can answer that and he can go while we can continue. He has to take his photographer's position. Where did it go? Too many comments, hence I missed it, I think.
No, I think Boreda, it just was. No, I think it just was to Boreda. I think that including those two super chats. Yeah.
Did we take both? Got it. Okay, got it. What's the update on Mohammad Shami? There is no update on Mohammad Shami. At this point in time, there is no update on Mohammad Shami. Mohammad Shami will play domestic cricket and play the knockouts. He will be ready to join. Absolutely will be ready. Brisbane is too early. I don't see him in Brisbane at all. Melbourne and Sydney, very, very, very likely possibility if the team management asks for him. At this point, nothing has been asked for. Nothing. And also, please keep in mind that you've lost one test match. By the way, you've not lost yet. You've lost one test match. You have an Akashdeep, you have a Mukesh Kumar, and all of a sudden you call for Mohammad Shami. So you are pressing the panic button and telling the world that an Akashdeep or a Mukesh Kumar are not good enough. They were just here for the sake of it. And that is not how international cricket operates. Devashish said, you take that and I'll let you go.
Yeah, but at the same time, Shami is being missed. Means when you talk about this test match, I'm not talking about the person, but talking about this test match. You wanted that pressure to be from the other end, where the Indians have missed the trick. Means they want any pressure from Harshit Rana and Siraj to some extent. I won't say totally, but definitely you need to have that pressure going from both ends, and then only the batters will look to commit mistakes. Yes, Shami being present in this bowling attack and Shami not being present in this bowling attack makes a huge lot of a difference, but nothing taking away from what does likes of Harshit Rana, who has been super impressive in that first test match. Akashdeep is also there, who has done well, who has been bowling well. But I doubt whether he's going to get any chance if the team management think, because pink ball test was the best opportunity for Akashdeep to stake his claim in the play.
Mohammad Shami wasn't ready for pink ball. So let us face it. I mean, unfortunately, he wasn't fit enough for the pink ball. So the ground reality is he wasn't there. So now that he is not there, and you have a Brisbane where your existing bowlers can do the job, to press the panic button after pink ball is also not fair on the bowlers who have travelled with the team. Mukesh Kumar has not done anything bad. Akashdeep has not done anything bad. Without even trying an Akashdeep for this test match, you press a panic button for Mohammad Shami. I understand he's a great bowler, and I do want to see him in Melbourne or Adelaide. But straight after a loss, the first call to Mohammad Shami, you are telling the world we are panicking. I don't think that's the right way to go about it. Devashish?
And also, what does it do to the confidence of the bowlers who are present here with the team? Means obviously they would feel let down. Means if there is a certain SOS sent to Shami that come and join the image. One means obviously he's playing that pre-quarter final match, if I'm not wrong, 6 matches and in 8 days or some. I was looking at some tweet, I don't remember. But then yes, he has proved his fitness. It's time that he gets the NOC, but the sooner the better for India. But going into the Brisbane test, I would rather go in with whoever is present here. Yes, Siraj has bowled well in patches. Bumrah has been outstanding. Harshit Rana has been impressive in that first test, and Akashdeep has been doing really, really well. So the bowlers, the fast bowling, there is the firepower in this bowling unit, and then you have the spinners in Washington, Sundar, Ashwin, and Jadeja. So I think there is no need of rushing in with a Shami. Yes, if he is fit, if he is able to fly to Australia and join the squad, nothing like it. With Shami, the wealth of experience he brings in, it will do a great thing. But as a Brisbane test, I think the Indians, it's just a matter of one test match, and we on this platform has been repeating time and again. It is just a matter of one test match. Indians are not used to playing the ping ball test match. It's a one-off thing. India has done won the test match in Perth. No one was put their money after that 3-0 series loss against New Zealand and coming here in Australia and then to win this first test match in Perth. So we need to have patience as fans. Fans need to keep the trust in the players. Yes, the Indians I would ideally see the Indians coming tomorrow and having a training session at the Adelaide Oval if the match finishes today. So I did 2 more days of practice here, and then you fly to Brisbane, and you can get a couple more practice sessions before the third test match starts. Buriada.
I'll let Devashish go. By the way, 371 is what the Australian women have got, folks. I predicted 375. I am 4 short. I predicted 375. I am 4 short. This is pathetic. We were all out for 100 in the first game. We have conceded 375. 375. 371. So, women's cricket, Amol Mazumdar's contribution in the last 1.5 years, Harmanpreet Kaur as captain, Smriti Mandana as vice captain, consistently inconsistent. I'm sorry, this is not the direction in which your women's game should head with 1 year to go for the World Cup. Not even 1 year to go for the World Cup. This is shocking. There has to be some accountability. Questions have to be asked. Unfortunately, we will play the WPL and everything will be forgotten. And now journalists will masquerade as cheerleaders again. Somebody will say some player calls him or her and job is done. That's how it is in Indian cricket journalism at this point. Bharat Ramraj, 371. Satyam is countering Devashish. Coming to Devashish, the comment, I watched the whole match. Where's the plan for Travis Head? Folks, Travis Head plan we've already discussed at length. But Travis Head unable to execute the plan, does it mean that Rohit Sharma did not speak to the bowlers? Devashish made the point about extra fielders or 12, 13, 14th men coming to the boundary and passing on messages. No question, Satyam. We were unable to execute the plans against Travis Head. Point taken. But does that mean the captain wasn't speaking to the bowlers? Maybe not. So, and by the way, none of us are defending Rohit Sharma's captaincy. I thought 5 mistakes. Day one, he should have got Bumrah back before the end of play for a second spell. He did not. Yesterday, he took Bumrah off the moment Travis Head came on to bat. I thought Ashwin should have bowled earlier. I thought Harshit Rana could have been taken off earlier. So plenty of questions can be asked, but to say he wasn't speaking to the bowlers, maybe is unfair. Yes, Devashish.
I can lead, Buriada?
Yes, absolutely.
Thank you.
Enjoy having your conversation with Greg Chappell. By the way, Bharat Ramraj 371. Each time I think of the women's game, Bharat Ramraj, you and Snehashish were there in Dubai. I kind of feel they fly under the radar and no questions are asked. There is clear lack of accountability. Bharat.
Yeah, the right words that you only used, consistently inconsistent. That's what I genuinely remember about how India played in that particular World Cup as well. It was not like they were bad all the time. There were flashes of brilliance, but that was blended with some really a poor display of maybe batting, bowling, or fielding. So one aspect of the game or 2 departments of the game, they were not working. So that has been India's story over a long period of time. There would be flashes of brilliance. Suddenly, someone will score 50 or 60, and will lap it up. And then there would be poor performance with the ball, or there would be some 4 or 5 catches dropped. So at least 1 or 2 departments the game won't be working. Even in the World Cup, same thing happened. For instance, in the match against Sri Lanka, suddenly the fielders took all the chances. They also even took. I remember a diving catch taken by Radha Yadav, but somewhere else in the next game, suddenly the fielders would start dropping catches, and maybe the batting would fail. So batting unit would fail. That's been the case with the Indian team over a period of time. So somewhere someone has to take the responsibility. Be it the senior captain, Indian team's captain Harmanpreet Kaur, or Mandana, who herself flattered to deceive under pressure in that World Cup in the key games. So yes, even the Amul Muzumdar's coaching will have to come under question, will have to come under scrutiny as well. So that's true that they tend to go under the radar. They tend to keep putting up sloppy performances, and somewhere someone has to take responsibility for all these losses.
Snehashish, your comment before I go to Ishan.
Uh, what to say after considering 371? I just wondering. Two. I will keep an eye on two aspects that at least show some fight with the bat. At least score around 250 at least. So to show us that you have that fight in your belt. And another thing that what Amol Mozumdar will say after today's defeat if India lost, because every after defeat Amol Mozumdar comes up with different lines, and that is very exciting to hear. Last time after losing the first ODI, he comes up and said that we haven't get that much of time to get prepared for this series because all other players were busy, some playing in WBBL, some playing in other leagues, so we didn't get much time of preparation, so that is why we lost. So okay, now in the second ODI, let's see what he tells. But at least show some fight. That is the only wish I have for now from the batters.
Very disappointed and heart, how do I say, sentimental Snehashish there, Ishan. Very disappointed, very upset Snehashish there. But Ishan, last 5-7 minutes on the show,
Yeah.
do you expect a Rishabh Pant miracle this morning? Do you expect him to come out all guns blazing, take the bull by the horn, play shots, entertain the crowd, make something happen? What are your expectations?
I'm expecting it, Murad. Actually, I'm actually expecting it, but we need support. We need Nitish Kumar Reddy as well to hang in there because he can't do it by himself. Pant doing it by himself would be extremely difficult. But he looked good last evening as well, so I'm expecting him to score some runs today. How much he scores, that will be completely dependent on how much support he gets and how smart he actually plays his cricket. Because you can be as innovative you want, you can be as flashy as you want, but eventually you got to remember this is day three. India's in a tough spot, and you got to play some smart cricket. So, hoping he can do that. I have a feeling he might come good, Burada.
Ishan hopes he'll come good. Bharat, pyrotechnics from Rishabh Pant, another or off or whatever you want to call it, lying down, something to fine leg, hitting the fast bowler for a reverse scoop. You will see all of those shots again if he's out there. Bharat Ramraj, expectations from Rishabh Pant.
Yeah, there would always be expectations with Rishabh Pant and his pyrotechnics, all those scoops, reverse scoops, or for the matter, him lying down and playing a shot over the third man fielder. So this kind of expectations would be there, but I don't think you would see a heist or a jailbreak today. But yeah, you wish for something on those lines where Rishabh Pant gets 80 or 100 of 80 balls or something on those lines, and Nitish Reddy also plays a sparkling innings of 50, and suddenly India get a lead of 180. I'm just wishing, and then maybe Australia will get to bat a little bit at least under lights or during the twilight zone, and then 4 or 5 wickets will fall. That is what you wish for. But if I ask my brain, it will tell my mind. It will tell no. It won't likely happen today.
Bharat clearly will be a lovely fairy tale writer. We know he's a good writer, but he's just scripted an Indian fairy tale with his words. And he also knows, all of us know it won't happen, but sport. That's what sport is. All of us want. All of us want to see Rishabh Pant do something out of the ordinary. And just not come there and the game over in the first 1 hour and we come back and say, nothing happened. Nothing happened. Snehashish, do you expect fight from our women?
I wish I again say I wish a fight from the women, because in the first ODI our batters failed, but the bowlers did well in the second part. So I hope today the bowlers failed in the first part. Hopefully the batters will show, because even in the pre-match live for the first ODI I told that we all know that this series is going to be tough for them, and maybe Australia will win it 3-0 comprehensively. But at least show that fight. At least show that our players are ready to to show that urgency, show that fight against top teams like Australia. So at least there's some positive. You see, Tita Sadhu came back after a long time, played just one match, and you dropped her. You brought Minu Mani back in the playing 11. So the decisions are not right. The players are inconsistent. So hopefully today at least show some fight, score around 250, 270. Still as a fan, we can say that okay, our batters still tried their best. It was not a day for our bowlers, and obviously Australia batted brilliantly. So let's hope that Indian batters can put up a good show at least.
So there you go. That's what our panel feels. I think it's time to end the show. 10 more minutes. So have your cup of coffee, sit down and watch the women's batting and the men's batting. Hopefully Rishabh Pant and Nitish Reddy will entertain. Hopefully Harmanpreet Kaur and Smriti Mandhana and some of the other girls will have a better game. That's what sport is all about being optimistic. Someone said I was saying India is in the driver's seat, or was. I've never said that. I've always said pink ball was to be Australia's and Australia are the favorites. I'm on record. Go check it, because pink ball gives Australia an unfair advantage. That's why I've been advocating that pink ball should be given a burial now, because it's an experiment that has outlasted its usefulness. That's what it is. Someone says, you want me to watch women batting torture? Folks, 1908 to 2016, the Chicago Cubs did not win a single, baseball World Series. Every year, every single year for 108 years, the bleachers were there. And every single year, the attendance and the membership went up. That's fandom. So you have to watch. If you say, oh, I won't watch, how many times have you watched the Olympic Games? How many medals has your country won? Do you want to say, no, I will not watch the Olympic Games because India doesn't win? Sport is not just about winning and losing. Sport is far more. So if you don't want to watch, then you don't ask the questions also. Then you don't, or you're not in a position to know what's gone on. And then you can't ask for accountability. So absolutely you must watch. You must watch and then come up with the questions. As far as we are concerned, we'll be back the moment either a tea break. Hopefully the game lasts. If it's not, the moment the game is done, we will be back with our entire panel and decode this particular test match, the women's game, and look ahead at Brisbane. For the moment, Ishan Shahane, Snehashish, Bharat, myself, Devashish, everybody who joined in, all our viewers, everybody who watched, asked questions. Very delighted on a Sunday morning for all of you guys to come over. Hopefully, we will have something good to talk about soon. Thank you very much for watching.